So what? Well, it's illegal, but it's going on, so who cares? As long as nobody gets hurt. As long as nobody gets hurt. As long as 13 or 14-year-old girls are not, well, every once in a while in southern Utah we find girls who are drowned. Apparently they could not adjust to the fact that they were marrying somebody that they didn't want. And of course we have the problem of if you have polygyny, and the way that it's practiced in some places in Utah, you have excess males, and what do you do with them?
Kick them out.
You kick them out and send them to Salt Lake and let them live in the street. Other societies, they would just kill them, or send them out, or make warrior societies that go out and fight and die, and that's what they're supposed to do. So polygyny is a system which will work, but only under certain circumstances. Ordinarily, only, again, just as it was practiced in Utah years ago, back in the 19th century, only 1% to 2% of males actually had extra wives. And everybody else were monogamous, period. So there are always funny stories coming out about polygamy in Utah. The guy that had told his wife he had a revelation that he should have an extra wife, and she said she'd had a revelation that if he had an extra wife, she'd kill him. And so that didn't work out too well. Or the student in one of the classes that her grandfather and grandmother were part of a polygamous family, and the grandfather couldn't always remember which room he was supposed to be sleeping in, whatever room it was. And so they had a stuffed rooster they would set in front of the door where he was supposed to go whatever night it was. But once in a while, the wife decided that she really needed him more than the other wife, so she'd steal the rooster and put it in front of her door so that he'd end up in her room. That was always the family joke. I always enjoyed that.
Interesting.
No comment. No comment. At any rate, we have these complex systems. Human nature, the human life cycle, prenatal growth. Let's look at the human life cycle and see what we have. Prenatal growth is essentially ovum and the sperm, conceptus, zygote, embryo, and fetus. There's always a lot of jokes about it. How do you talk to your kids about it? Or how will you talk to, or how do you learn about it, et cetera, et cetera. Of course, the life cycle starts with conception. Male and female have intercourse ordinarily. Sperm are deposited in the upper fundus of the vagina, and then they have to swim up into the uterus, around the fallopian tube, down to the, usually the end of the, not the end, but the high point of the fallopian tube. In the meantime, if conception is going to take place, a follicle containing an ovum has to ripen. What it does once a month is one, or maybe more, will ripen, and it'll pop. And some women can feel this popping. The follicle just grows and grows and grows until it bursts. And the ovum is popped out into the body cavity. And then there are these fimbria, sort of finger-like things, that try to work to catch the ovum and get the ovum into the fallopian tube and the appropriate location where a sperm will enter it and repeat the process of fertilization. Now, males produce about, fertile males produce between 20 and 40 million sperm per day, and that makes them fertile. If you produce less than that, you're going to be subfertile or infertile. Interestingly, unfortunately, in the last 20 or so years, sperm production in males has gone down 25%. And we're looking for reasons why. perhaps one of the reasons is the fact that males are exposed to more estrogens in the form of plastics. Some have claimed estrogen in the water because of birth control pills. And of course, marijuana smoking. Marijuana has estrogens in it, and that will increase your estrogen load if you're a male. Accidents can occur. The ovum might not get caught by the fimbrium. It might fall into the body cavity. And if the sperm keep coming down and fertilize the egg, we have what we call an ectopic pregnancy. And that is invariably fatal without medical intervention. Fatal to the woman and fatal to the child. So it's rare, but it occurs and it's dangerous. It's a design flaw. Another one. Now it takes 80 to 120 million sperm in order for fertilization to take place. Part of that is because, as we find out, sperm set up a kind of a relay system. They try to figure out where the ovum is, try to follow the trail, and they have kind of a relay system, so that they'll relay up into the fundus of the fallopian or ovarian tube and catch there. My wife has a favorite joke that I'll tell it anyway. Why does it take only one ovum on 100 million sperm to produce a child? Her answer is men don't ask for directions. But we follow the trail.
I'd be glad we don't. You don't want to have decatuplets or whatever the heck it is.
Anyway, once the egg is fertilized, the tiny little hairs that push the egg along the tube down into the uterus, and ideally at the top and back of the uterus, this ball, when it has become a ball of cells, plants itself into the uterus, into the uterine lining, and the rest is history. Let's look at some of the rest of this. This is a picture of a sperm approaching the egg. Ordinarily, lots of sperm approach the egg, but as soon as one breaks through, the ovum closes down extremely rapidly. Now, sometimes they can't close down rapidly enough, and so you get 2 or 3 sperm coming in, and that means that you're going to end up with a bad conception, and too many nuclei, and that's going to kill the child. But one gets in, the sperms are just nuclei with a propeller on the back, pretty much. But anyway, it eats in. The nucleus is spit out here. It joins with the egg nucleus, produces the conceptus, and here we have the zygote, or a fertilized egg. This can be studied in jellyfish, by the way. We don't have to use human material. Jellyfish have exactly the same system. That's one of the conservative aspects of evolution. We haven't changed. It worked out really well for jellyfish when we were close to that stage, and it still works for them and it works for us. It's a lot easier to study in jellyfish than to get a human ova, and sperm is easy, but ova are hard. Well, this is what it kind of looks like. Ovum with all of these sperm swimming around trying to get in. Well, the conceptus travels down the tube, as I said, it's in the uterus, implants ideally, and in the first 2 weeks it ends up being a little ball of cells. At first it doubles itself, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32 cells, 64 cells, and then it stops doubling. It goes up